Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. Here we are looking at Bitcoin US dollar index on the hourly time frame and looking at current price action. We just hit $40,000. Nice. Nope, 39,999.99. So clearly you can see that Bitcoin is now attempting to break back into this above this green line here. That represents the green bull flag parallel channel that we had been trading in since the $49,000 high. And this white line right here, which represents the top of the white parallel channel. Now we have a white, green, and blue parallel channel. And I'm going to scroll back in time to show you. I've discussed this extensively in the past, but I'm going to briefly go over it now. Here I've switched to a weekly time frame, and we're back in 2013 at the high of 2013. The center line of the white parallel channel you can see here is connected to the top of the top of this high right here. The green parallel channel is hidden amongst all these lines here, but it captures price action here in our support structure. Back here, and the blue parallel channel is down here at the bottom. It really does not interact till we come over here in current times in 2022. This is really where it at the bottom of our market in November, December 2022. And actually, you can see the white parallel channel coming down here. The white parallel channel is the shallowest sloping of all of them. The green parallel channel here really captures a lot of the price action throughout the history of Bitcoin. And you can see it's still, you will see that it's still very, very key to Bitcoin's price currently, and will continue to be very key in the future. The blue parallel channel you can see slopes up through here, and that's the one we've been the bottom of the blue parallel channel is the trend line that we stayed above and fell below in August of 2014. If I zoom in here, here's the bottom of the blue parallel channel, and here in August we fell through it. Now, later on in this video, I will have a much simpler look at things here without all these lines. So stick around for that. Now, you can see the bottom of the green parallel channel and the top right here. That also captures. And you can also see the bottom of the white parallel channel and the top here. And right in this area, the blue and the white and the green are all coming together. Now, this is the part where I was very excited. We're on a weekly. Are we on October? Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to switch to a daily. So starting here in September, mid-September of 2023, we started moving upwards. And it's not, I think on the altcoin index, it's a little bit more clear, but really in October. But this is where I predicted that we would see a significant rally in October, heading through the end of the year and into 2024, when everybody else was calling for doom and gloom. Nobody saw this coming, and I stuck to my guns and I said, we are going to rally and rally hard. And it's exactly what we did. And I was very excited when this was happening here because I predicted that we would travel through these channels. And sure enough, we did. This was a very big moment right here because we have the bottom of the blue parallel channel here, the top of the white parallel channel, and the top of the green parallel channel. And we took them all on one by one here. Really struggled to get to break above this white, the top of the white parallel channel right here really acted as resistance for a long, long time from the 9th of November all the way to through the end of the month into December, and that's when we finally broke through the white parallel channel, broke through the blue parallel channel, and broke through the green parallel channel in a number of days there, the first week of December. Now, 31. This is a lot of people, a Gerber baby in particular, and other people say that we need to retest the structure we built with the top at 30, about 30,000, 32,000, something like that. Yeah, well, it's really about 31,000. And I maintain that this is what we did right here. It's on the daily time frame. You see this large candle just shooting right through it. On the 5 day we came down, on the 5 minute, we came down and retested it. And I know that that's not real, but that's all the time that Bitcoin wanted to give that because 31,000 is so insignificant in the future price of Bitcoin that Bitcoin isn't even given at the time of day. Currently, right now, the real range that we're building structure on top of is 40 to 42,000. We're spending a lot of time building structure right here and a support level right here. So that's what's going on. Okay, enough of the white, green, and blue parallel channels. But we managed to get above all of them and stay in, leaving the white parallel channel and the green parallel channel behind and moving on into the blue parallel channel. Remember, that one's a much steeper sloping one, taking us into the start of our parabolic bull run. Now, here, after the ETFs, we've fallen back through it once again. Now, this is the second time since January of 2023 that we've fallen back through this trend line, which is the bottom of the blue parallel channel. And both times were huge dumps. And this time in particular was, so it appears that it's due to FTX dumping its GBTC shares on the market. Now, with the spot ETF coming on, because I've noticed I'm doing this too. I'm not selling my Bitcoin that I hold, my actual Bitcoin, but I am moving other funds into the ETF products that I have in funds that I have on stock exchanges. So, but I imagine that other people are moving out of the physical Bitcoin and into the ETF products because it's easier. It's safer for a lot of people. They don't have to worry about losing it or someone hacking them and stealing it, or all, whatever kind of worries you may have. So, and it's easy to trade, what have you. So, that's one thing that's going on. People are moving out of tax-free people that have retirement accounts that were involved in GBTC, invested in GBTC, moving out of those and into other ones. And also, I guess people that were locked into GBTC that now that it turned to an ETF were finally able to lock out and take profits on the huge gains that they've made from the, as GBTC has closed the discount gap, which was huge in the beginning of January 2023. Just to give you an example, I bought GBTC in January of 2023 for like 850, something like that, and now it's 34. So there was a huge discount in January. So it's 4x or more. Well, Bitcoin has 2.5 to 3x. So anyway, that's what's going on. That's where all the sell pressure's coming from. Now, James of Invest Answers has said that FTX is done selling their bankruptcy proceedings, their GBTC, all the GBTC that they held, and the other selling pressure from GBTC will be winding down, as he also, this is where I'm getting my information from for the retirement accounts. I think that he said 10 to 20% of the GBTC holdings were in retirement accounts, and we've seen half of that move out. Now, I'm kind of just paraphrasing, but I believe that that's what I took from what he was saying. So this sell pressure from GBTC will be leaving. Now, aside from that, the buying pressure from the other ETFs is still far exceeding GBTC, and so I just listened to him last night, and I believe that there's still a 4,000 Bitcoin demand, 4,000 Bitcoin demand from these ETFs on a daily basis for the past week and a half of the start of these, since the start of these ETFs, and well, only 900 Bitcoin are produced every day. So just do the math. And in a few months, less than 3 months, that will be cut in half. Excuse me. So we'll have, if the same buying pressure continues from these ETF products, that'll be 4 times the amount of Bitcoin that is being produced that is in demand. And there's only a matter of time and not much of it before it's not available anymore. And the only way it will be available is if the price increases enough that people are willing to take profits and give up their Bitcoin. So that's what you have going on there. Now, okay, so this is a lot of lines here. Let's switch to a much simpler view of things. And we're going to stop talking about the... Oh, you know what? First, we have to discuss current price action. So currently, since the ETFs launched, we've dumped in this green parallel bull flag channel right here. Now, arguably, we've come below that, and but you can see here that we've come down to this first white line here, which coincides with price action back here. So really this parallel channel could be widened just a little bit. And you can see that we traded in this bull flag here all the way to here. Now we've hit the bottom and we're coming back up here. And I can move this channel over a bit, and that could very possibly describe the price action that's going on. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. So I moved this upward sloping green parallel channel, fluorescent green, over so that it captures this price action. Now, where did I get that channel? You can see here that it's perfectly parallel to these other channels back here. And every time we have upward moving price action, this is the slope. It can be contained. The slope of the price action can be contained in a channel like this. Same here. I mean, you can see how it captures the price action. Even when we move over a little bit, still we move up through it. So this is a good indicator of where we're going to be heading currently. Imagine as soon as we break above this white line right here, which represents the top of the white parallel channel. So after falling out of the blue back through the green here and through the white here, we're attempting once again to go back up through those channels. So that's what we'll be doing. You can clearly see that we are getting rejection here at the top of the white parallel channel. You got it right here, clearly, here, 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 here. And, but you also have support on this green line right here. And we're attempting to hold support on this green line here. So imagine today we're going to break through and hold support on the white parallel channel. And once we do that, then we will see a big jump up right here. And we will get back through this pink parallel channel, which we will discuss. This is the whole point of this video, is we're getting to this pink parallel channel. So stick around. So I imagine we'll see a huge move here on Thursday, or today and Thursday. Maybe consolidation around here, and who knows, but it'll probably all be within this area. And then you can see here, I'm going to show you here while I'm zoomed in on the hourly, how these lines are interacting with price action. This is the pink parallel channel. Now this pink parallel channel really is just a version of the green parallel channel, sized down. It has a different sizing to it, and it captures different price points. But it's completely parallel to the green parallel channel, which is very significant, as I mentioned earlier, in Bitcoin price action. So you can see here how we tried to hold the green parallel channel as support and then fell through it. And then tried to hold this as support and fell through it. But, I mean, we had all that dumping pressure from the other actors. And it wasn't too hard to get through this blue parallel channel here. So, okay, we're going to switch to a much simpler view. We're now looking at Bitcoin US dollar index on the daily time frame, and just looking at the green parallel channel here. Everything else is gone. And so we're on a daily, and you can see right here, this is where we were holding the green parallel channel. as support before falling through it. This is where we were holding the pink line as support before we fell through it. And the blue line would be somewhere up here. I don't have the white and blue channels on here yet. But I just want to show the green channels interaction with Bitcoin price. Going back through time, and let me put this on auto. So you can see. I'm just going to scroll back slowly. Maybe I should be out a little bit more. Here we are back in 2023. You know what? I'm going to get off of auto. I don't like it on auto. Now, with these parallel channels, I try to get as much of the price action as possible. And that's why there are several different versions. We have in a second, I'm going to show you the pink parallel channel, or channels, which is a version, just simply a version of this green parallel channel capturing different price points. But you can clearly see how this held as support here and resistance up here. And we also interacted with the center line of this channel here. And we do that going all the way back in history. The top of the channel is held support. We went way out of it inside during our bull run, but eventually we come back down to it. This is the COVID crash here. So yeah, we might go a long time without interaction with this channel. However, hey, are we ever going to interact with it again? Come on, man. Here we go. So this is back in 2017. Seems like I went really back far in time, but I didn't. And you can clearly see how it acted as support here. With these huge dumps. These big dumps here that touched right on top of the line there. Right here. And you can see here how the center line, even the center line, acted as support there. And how this center line has acted as support and resistance all along here. And the bottom of the channel acting as support here, as it did in 2022, 23. So these channels that I draw are very, very significant throughout the history, the entire history of Bitcoin. You can see the support here, the resistance there. Even these candle bodies come right up to the center line there. You can see these candles closing right there. And even going back to 2014. The bull runs take us far above this green parallel channel. This is getting most of the price action at the bases during the bear markets. So anyway, I think I made my point. Going all the way back here, even check this out, all the way back to, I think this is maybe the farthest we have, March of 2013. We came right up to there, and the bottom of this channel acted as resistance until we broke into it, held it as support here, traded right along the center line there, and broke through it. And look at that wick right down to the top of it right there. I mean, this is just amazing right here. How this channel, okay, so that's another thing. I spent a lot of time drawing these, and it is so precise that you can see going all the way back to 2013 that we we wick right down to this for support. Wick right to the center line here as support, and come up through it here, come right down, test the bottom of it as support here, and it acted as resistance prior to that. It's just freaking amazing to me. I don't think we interacted with it anymore. So that's the history of the green parallel channel. And in 2026 or so, whenever our next bear market is, we will come down, back down to this green parallel channel. Or I don't remember if it was this channel or if I take this channel, clone it, and put it on top of it. Maybe that's where we come down to. But I'll switch to a weekly now, just to show you. That in 2026, so it would be this channel. This channel is around 140, 150. So maybe we come back down into it even. But anyway, we will interact with this green parallel channel again in 2026. I believe prior to that, though, we will come way outside of it. Way up here. And then back down. Okay, so we're going to show the pink parallel channel now. So I pulled up the set of pink parallel channels. I want to show you real quickly here that they are perfectly parallel to this green parallel channel. As we scroll back in time, because I'm going to take away the green parallel channel. Now I'm starting by showing how these pink parallel channels have interacted with price action in the past. Here we are back in 2013. You can see that we wicked right down to it here, traded along the center line, and up to the top right here. Anyway, I'll just scroll through quickly. You can see this acted as resistance here. The center line acted as resistance here. Candle bodies held support here after wicking through. And right here, we had resistance and support. Came right down to this region here. Held as support here, traded up to the center line of this lower one here, and traded up to the middle of the two channels there, and held resistance there. Look, you can see here clearly how we fought to get back into it and held it as support here, right along the center line of this one here. So this is why these are significant. Right along the midsection here. Look at these two touches right here with these candle wicks right to the bottom of that. And right along the center line of the lower structure. Holding the midsection of support here. We're in 2017. During our bull market here. Holy moly. This is the COVID crash. I can see how it's held as resistance and support here, this area. And are we getting back into modern times? August 2022. Okay, this is the start of our bear market. So clearly here you can see how the upper one held as resistance here. We had price action right here along the midsection of the two channels and traded here starting in 2023. It captures a lot of the price action here as we trade in the lower portion and in the upper portion, interacting with the center lines and the bottoms and the tops of these channels. Look at this center line action here. And this is where we currently are. So, wanted to point this out because even if, and I'm not saying, I don't believe we will. I think we're bouncing from here. I think we're bouncing from here and coming back up. But even if we did come down to the bottom of this channel, that's at about 36 something, 36 and a half. Sure, could we fall out of it like we did back here? Possibly. Now, I haven't cloned and pulled another one down in order to do, well, I could. Let's just do that right now. Wait, we're on a, you know what? I'm not going to do that because we're on a daily. I'm going to have to switch. So I've cloned another version of the pink parallel channel and placed it below, and sure enough, it does capture this price action here in August, September of 2023. So, if we did come down something like that, where would that take us? That would take us back down to about 32. So, I'm not saying that's not in the cards. It very possibly could be in the cards. No, I mean, no, it's not in the cards. There's no way in hell that's going to happen. But I'm saying there is a scenario where it could happen, and it would not be the end of the world in any way, shape, or form, because we would still just be simply traveling in this upwards in this channel here, which leads up here to if we were in the center of the channel in October 2024, that's a 60,000. November 24. But you do have to remember that right now, currently, we are in the pre-bull run. So we are trading at a slope that is not the same slope that we will be traveling in during our parabolic bull run. During our parabolic bull run, we'll be traveling more like this. So once that starts here in June, I believe, we will start traveling more like this. So we'll be more up like around a $1.50, give or take. I think we could hit, yeah, somewhere between 125 and 187 is what I'm thinking for October, November of next year, maybe November, December, and then we see a sell-off in January probably as people take profits into the next year. But do I think we're going to dump down to this other channel? No. And as a matter of fact, I'm not going to erase it. Let's just, can I hide it? Let's just hide it. I want to hide it right now. Because I don't like it. I don't want to visualize bad things, right? So this is what we're doing currently. And now, okay, this is on a daily time frame. Look at that nice little wick here. Sucked it all back up. So really, I just wanted to show you that everything is in perspective. Oh, this is the main thing that I wanted to show everybody, and I'm finally getting to it, and this is why, one of the reasons why I don't think we're coming back down here. Where did we come down to here? Where did we come down to? Do you see? We came down right here to this level where we've been holding support, where we held support from after coming up through here in October. We held support from the end of October all the way to December. The whole month of November, we held this line as support. So that's why we're not going down below here. This is where we bounce, and we're coming back up here to this level, back up to this level, back up to here. Now, if we did that heading into February, that would get us up to about 50,000. But I believe we will come back into interaction with the blue parallel channel. So we're back on our crazy line chart on the 4-hour time frame on Bitcoin US dollar index. And there's our the mid section of our two pink parallel channels. There's the center line of the upper portion, and here's the top of the upper portion. Is that correct? Yeah. And here's our blue, the bottom of our blue parallel channel. So I believe we will be coming up through here. Interact back in once we get into our blue parallel channel, which is below the top of the upper pink parallel channel. Then that blue parallel channel will influence us as we break out above here. Here's the center line of the blue parallel channel, and the top of the blue parallel channel is here at 65,000. Could we get up to 65,000? Maybe. And if we did, that would cause a significant sell-off. That would be way overbought. But possibly with all the buying pressure that is coming in, we could see a scenario where we get up that high, and that would warrant the significant pullback that everybody is looking for heading into the halving event. Now, if we did follow this green parallel channel upwards like that, now I don't believe that we will continue to go in this channel all the way up for the next, well, that would be 2 weeks. That would be insane. But if we did something like that, that could happen. But I think we will chop sideways and travel in various versions of this channel. And I don't know that we will necessarily get that high. I've continually called for somewhere between 58 and 62, somewhere up here. And by end of January and into February. And so I do see that that's what's going to, I believe that's what's going to happen. And then we'll pull back, probably see a long, extended, sideways, slightly down, heading into the halving event. All right, so like, subscribe, and we will see you next time.